So grew up locally here in Christchurch, and down in the bottom of the harbour there's a marine training centre, and when I was small there was always canoeists and little dinghies and toppers and wayfarers sailing around, and I was really intrigued in terms of what it was about and how it looked. In the early 80s I bought a Laser, which was a single-handed dinghy, quite fast, quite agile, had a lot of fun, and actually the Laser was the first boat that Ben Ainslie got his gold medal in the 2000 Olympics in Sydney. So a really good boat. And then I slowly moved into cruisers. Started off with a 21-foot sailing boat, which was a lot of fun, and slowly moved up to my current boat, 36 foot. And we race it and we do some cruising, so great fun. There's lots of courses and lots of training that you can do for sailing, but a lot of it is a little bit what nature has to offer. The key elements like the wind, the tide, and how you need to manage your boat and look after your boat so the crew's safe, comfortable when it's blowing force 6 or so, or even when it's blowing force 2. So being on the water, I guess, so what's the benefit of being on the water? Well, actually, 4/5 of the world is water. So there's some things that you're just going to get a much better view of from the water and from the land. And if we think about where we are, Christchurch in Dorset, we've got the Jurassic Coast just a little further west from here, about 15-20 miles west from here. And from the water, you can see the caves, you can see the strata, you can see some fantastic parts of that coastline that you just wouldn't see from the top of the cliff. And there's other areas like the Norwegian fjords. You can go from the water and see some fantastic views that you wouldn't see, or right up to Iceland and Greenland with the ice and the polar bears, etc. So some fantastic sights, and that's one of the benefits that you'll get from being on the water. So what to look out for when you're sailing? It's a little about driving a car. There's the highway code. Well, when you're sailing, there's the collision and rules regulations, and they explain where you can sail, how you pass other boats, how you avoid boats, etc. And it's quite important for when you're crossing the English Channel. There's shipping lanes, and most of the big commercial vessels are going 3 times as fast as you are. So you need to decide which boat you're going to go behind and which boat you're going to go in front of. The other thing is, unlike a road, you can't see beneath the water, so you need to make sure you've got enough depth. You don't want to go into a submerged object or park the boat up on the putty. So it's very important that you understand the water that you're sailing in and any commercial vessels that are around in that area. You don't need a lot of money to sail. You can go to the local sailing club. They'll have dinghies, and which you're welcome to use. There's always people on cruises that are looking for a crew, someone to come with them, go out and have some fun. So actually, you don't need a lot of money. There's lots that you can do and get a great deal of enjoyment out of it without having to put a lot of money in it. And for me, one of the things that I really enjoy about sailing the most is the teamwork. And on bigger boats, you need a team of people, 4, 5 or 6 people, and it's all about getting the team all working together, getting them really involved. Every job is important. You're not carrying anybody, and you'll win together or you'll lose together, and that's very satisfying. It's really great fun, and surprise, sometimes you might win the cup.